consistent with who we are. Like it's a minority of us that get, like the kind of the blame for the majority. I mean, you listen to a rap record or you watch a movie and you think that all black guys are thugs and whatever else. Like some of the guys that you scared of or you want off the streets, hell, I agree with your ass. Get them, you know what I mean? I don't want to rob my ass either.
Get them off the streets, baby.
So I think that sometimes there's like a fear of black men, and people never stop to really ask themselves why. Is there anything in particular that a black man has done to me, or a black person in general for that factor? Is there any one thing that they've done to me to warrant how I feel about them or my fear for them? So it's who's afraid of the dark and why. It's time to expose, all these old aristocratic motherfuckers who's keeping up a lot of the bullshit. And that's what you got to do sometimes. Just, expose motherfuckers. And, man, I grew up in Wichita, which is 80%, 86% white. So I grew up, kind of like on both sides of the fence where I lived in the hood, but I went to school with predominantly white kids, and so you kind of get to see both sides of the fence. And so on this album, I wanted to have a conversation with people that was open and that was candid. Hip hop in itself is a informal conversation between two people, whereas my album is for the person who doesn't really understand what's going on or who cares to know what's going on. Look, this is how we feel from like a educational, sociological, anthropological point of view, if that makes sense, or something like that.
Or something like that.
Yeah, man, I think it's a great album, man. I think that hip hop right now is saturated with a whole bunch of bullshit. Just music in general, you know what I mean? Say something that means something. Like if you want to be a lasting artist, make songs that are timeless. Talk about something. Have some content to it. I don't want to ride rims. I don't give a fuck who's twerking. I could care less how much your jewelry costs.
Give a fuck who's twerking.
You know what I mean? Like, I could care less how much your jewelry cost or any of that shit. Say something that's going to be meaningful and it's for a purpose. And that's what it's about.
Well, there is going to be a gigantic New Year's Eve party coming up this week. There is everybody and their brother, I guess, decided that Earl had a good idea last year. Mm-hmm. Earl was trying to put together an amazing New Year's Eve party last year, but all sorts of things, and just the fact that last year really sucked. It didn't allow it to happen. However, this year, there is going to be a gigantic show at the Plaza Tower, 17 East 2nd. Tickets are now $10 for basic entry, $40 for the player, and $85 for VIP.
You did.
And Israel, you missed the boat. You tried to get on that show, and you didn't get in time. Yeah, everybody and their brother was trying to get on this thing.
Man, yeah, I had a lot going on, with the album release and fixing my website and different things like that. And,
Thinking of excuses to say right now.
No, I was just going to tell the truth. When your artist is big as myself, I can't take every opportunity.
The professor
I have 6 billion fans. How can I, make them all happy?
The professor is here. And he told me at one point when he heard about Earl's party getting yanked, he's like, "Get that motherfucker on the phone. I gotta explain to him how Kansas works. It sucks here."
Everybody's like, "Well, that's just the way it is. It ain't gotta fucking be like that. You gotta take a stand." Everybody's always quick to voice their fucking opinions now.
Yep.
But ain't nobody about to do shit. They stuck to their phones, stuck to their computers.
Hey man.
Quick to tell everybody about shit. But whatever happened today is when you actually did shit. Quit talking about it. Be about that shit. It's good to talk and to dream shit, but it ain't worth a fuck.
Yeah.
I call them social networking revolutionaries. You know what I mean?
Social networking revolutionaries.
Yeah, like it just gives it. Yeah, you wake up and sometimes I just like read people's posts to make myself feel better about myself because I'm like, you fucking suck. Like like if you took all the advice that you gave everybody else on Facebook. Like, you'd be all right in your life. You got all these Facebook philosophers, you know what I mean, and Facebook Christians. I hate Facebook on Sunday. It just makes my penis soft. Everybody like...
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I didn't mean to interrupt. on a Sunday one time, I said, what if God was really spelled D-O-G? I stole it off of Revenge of the Nerds when they were all stoned. And I must have had 200 people. Steve, everything from that's a blasphemy to way cool, dude. To I didn't know you were a deep thinker. This shows you the whole broad spectrum of the lunacy that has to deal with the cyber brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, you know, it's funny because you got these girls and Saturday night you see her Facebook post and they're, you know, in the short skirts and they're partying. They got their club pics, their club selfies, and then Sunday morning, thank God he's the best ever because he looks over me like.
And that last subject we
Are
were
you twerking for the
about,
Lord?
Still going with the armband in from last night.
You know what I mean? You still got the X on your hand. She still got the X from last night. She make one of the lines longer. Like, it's a cross, see? I can drink communion juice. Yeah. She showing her X to drink communion wine and shit. Like.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. It's not really open for business. See, they want this, they want that, but when it comes right down to it, the city really doesn't want to. Now,
Well, the city had Earl's back. That's the thing.
Well, but what I'm saying is, you got the shakedown stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
We want this permit. You don't pay us $300? Screw you, out the door. We want this permit. That's $700. Pay us. No. Now, if you don't have that thing called government above you when you do that, it's called racketeering. So, ain't none of you rappers, rock stars, or anybody in here gangster like the government. The government's gangster. You damn right they are.
But that's
Now,
okay.
It's called organized violence against the citizenry. That's what Tolsky used to call it.
Yeah.
And
Getting into something about Bane shit again.
You know what I mean?
These police and these armies with guns, and if their ruler says, kill that guy, well, he's gone. Now, when a gang does that, an outlaw gang does that, they're called a bunch of murderers and thugs. Well, ain't nobody around here thug like government. Because if
Oh,
you
I
don't
know.
them,
I've been scared of them motherfuckers.
I've been scared of them motherfuckers.
I ain't scared of Tyrone down the street with the gun. It's a SWAT team coming in.
It's a
Police
SWAT
scare me.
team,
Like,
baby.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, when a guy grabs somebody and rapes them in the middle of the night, they call him a rapist. When the government comes and takes your house because you had a joint or you didn't pay your taxes,
You still get raped.
they call that in rim laws from old English law.
In rim?
Yeah.
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 Rim jobs, yeah.
Yeah, we did rim jobs. We get rims in the rear because of some rule some politician made up because nobody paid him to begin with.
I know the SRS every month after they get my child support rolls over and has a cigarette. I seen it on YouTube. It was like, I got him again. I love fucking him.
So just remember,
I love
you guys are
fucking
getting
him.
raped by the government. Just fantasize about that jar of Vaseline being there to make it feel a little easier. That's the only thing that gets me through this whole thing of taxes, shakedowns, and permits, and denials of permits after you pay.
Spit on it.
No.
Yeah, Earl, kind of break this down. Explain to us what just kind of how this whole thing came together, the New Year's Eve show, and everything.
Well, fucking how we was gonna do is, last year you was with me about it. You the one that brought me
Yep.
the whole notion of getting on a team with you to do New Year's thing.
Oh yeah.
And at that time, it was about the investors. We had investors that was gonna actually put up this event. All we was gonna do was just run it for them. And then next thing you know, the investors want to be on some bullshit, run a motherfucker around, and then not even fucking do
yeah.
anything. We go out and do all the fucking legwork to do shit, and then at the end of the month,
And then they wanted us to.
fucking never mind and shit after we already done put it out there, and then next thing you know, we're the ones looking stupid. So this year I was like, man, fuck it, because last year I spent driving around everywhere trying to do something, man, and ain't nobody doing shit. It's like if I'm not having a party or doing something, it's like this town don't get jumping off, and that's real shit. When I throw a party at my house, there's usually 300-400 fuckers at that motherfucker. I've been shut down because I've had traffic blocking up all the roads and shit.
Well, let's do it again, but let's film it, and everybody wear red, white, and blue to show our patriotism. And maybe then they'll leave us alone.
No caps on the white.
That's real shit.
Huh?
No caps on the white.
No caps on the white people.
Not that kind of white
Put the
Christmas.
black out on the white dudes and say, this is brotherly love. We're having a New Year party here.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
So you decided to put this thing together this year.
Yeah, so this year I took my own money. I got $2,000 wrapped up in this motherfucking shit. So I was down to pay all the permits
And it's all in crack money, bitches.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just playing.
That's PayPal sales and then sales. Hey, Smiley, listening to this shit right now. You gotta take my ass in for that shit.
I was just playing. It's really heroin money.
It's from my paper route.
From his paper route.
But,
I got mine from my
You
bitches.
know, and then my homeboy Ken Reno too, man. He threw in that shit. Me and him, we went in half and half on everything, man, because we thought this would be a good idea for, giving the community something to do.
Yeah.
You know, because we did have rock bands in it, but then one rock band, they couldn't make it because the bass player quit on him, and it really sucked because it was a good blend. It was called a tribal alternative music, and it was Friday's Waiting. If you ain't checked them out, go to fridayswaiting.com.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking sick. They're sick.
Right.
And, it was a
Shout out to all the independent artists, man.
and the other ones that was unfortunate, they ended up having a clash because they really felt uncomfortable about doing a rap show. They didn't think that people would appreciate their music. And that's why I was like, I'm a rap artist myself and,
Right.
and a fan of music. I
Yeah.
invited you guys to come because I thought it would be a good match. and
Right,
people
right.
appreciate it.
But see, I think that what people don't understand is like when you like 30 or under, maybe even 35 or under, 40 or under, like you grew up in an era where you listened to all type of music because
Yep.
you played all type of shit on MTV, on BET.
Yeah.
So now you got a person like me who I'm a Jay-Z fan, a Nas fan, but I also
Yep.
love Aerosmith and Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know what I mean? And it is what it is because you may not be like a diehard fan of this artist, but you might like this song and you like every genre. You got your favorite rapper, you got your favorite rock band. So, fuck.
Earl, I've known you for a while. Are you a hip hop artist, a rapper? You tell me what you would define yourself as.
I
Or just
define,
a musician, entertainer.
well, just a musician because like hip hop might be my main
Yeah.
vehicle for music, but I write R&B. I produce R&B. I'd write a fucking kitty teeny bopper song if I thought it was gonna get me paid. Fuck it, you know what I mean? I'd write some Disney shit because I'm about the money at the end of the day. But I mean, like, shout out to Big Joe. He always comes up in the show. Big Joe Matthews, which is a country western band, man. I opened up for them on the release party in
Down in
Oklahoma
Oklahoma.
City. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So who would have thought that hip hop and country would go together? Right, you know what I'm saying?
Hip hop.
But man, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop. And it was dope as fuck, man, because the truth of the matter is I got more love at that show than I do with some hip hop shows, man. And it's crazy. You want to cross blend with all the artists, with different genres, and that's part of what I was saying about this whole division, or I'm rock, or I'm rap, or white people can't rap, or black people can't do rock. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, if you dope, you dope. Dopeness doesn't have a color. I mean, if I was half purple, half blue, I'd still be the illest fucker ever because I'm me.
Joy Cops,
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
see
them
the
in
illest
concert,
fucking-
and I know what genre they are. Jiggy at first.
The Joy Cops,
I thought
baby.
that they were the Joy Cops. I'm like, we don't want no cops here. We don't want cops. Like,
These dudes wouldn't go 100 miles around the cop if they didn't have
He told me
to.
they were rock, and Jiggy, he was wrong. They're not rock. They're of the sweet leaf genre.
What the fuck is Sweet Leaf?
What is a sweet leaf
I'm
genre?
interested.
They come right off their name.
Don't murder them.
Joy Cops.
Don't murder him.
Joy Cops.
Animal, don't hurt him.
Well, I cough joyfully when I smoke marijuana.
Punk is really what we try to go for, I think. But
That works too.
Sweet leaf, yeah, okay.
You're mainly a punk when you're drunk, but
Which is all the time.
good punk.
Stupid shit.
Which is all the time.
Me say stupid shit.
all the time.
I love it.
Oh.
Now getting back to this New Year's Eve show, you had this thing. You're going to do this at the Sunflower Complex,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, what happened?
I get everything all taken care of. I do my insurance. I get the $1 million policy that you're supposed to get. I go through all the hoops and everything to get everything done. And I've been doing this.
You
for
jumped through all the hoops.
And everything was good to go. And the next thing you know, after the Bee put in a news article, and everything started buzzing around, and a couple days later, I get a call from the ABC, and that's the Alcohol Beverage Control. And the motherfuckers started telling me that they got an anonymous tip saying that they need to check out our venue.
Jesus.
And they tried saying that I wasn't going through all the procedures I was supposed to, and I was like, I checked all the laws, I went and got all the permits that I went and needed to get, and I'm doing everything by the book. And then they was like, well, you can't give away any alcohol do any transactions of alcohol at all if you're selling tickets. And I was like, well, I checked all off. That's not in there. And they was like, well, it's a new law, and it's for the state of Kansas property. So it's not for all venues. It's for their properties that they own to the state. So I was like, all right, then what the fuck ever. So fucking, I go down to the fairgrounds and, talk to them about it. And they kind of got into it with the state too, because they informed the fairgrounds that these laws existed. And they tried to help me. They actually helped me put up this event. They was real anxious to actually get this going for it. Shouts out to Hutch and the state fair for having my motherfucking back when I didn't think it actually was going to. I was really surprised the shit out of me.
Right,
and,
right.
They kind of went back and forth with them, telling them, something like this gets a chance, a big change, and it needs to be known to them. And, so just right there in a nutshell,
well,
man,
Earl,
and they shut us the fuck down. So,
Earl, let me stop you right there, okay? Because
what are you gonna do?
What you're proposing is preposterous. What you're proposing is that our state of Kansas, honest Bible Belt Kansas, is using bureaucracy to stop you from doing something. I don't believe you. Kansas would never do that. They love us and they care about us and they want to have culture here and they want to be progressive. This is Kansas we're talking about. Fucking Little House on the Prairie, Kansas. They would never do the things that you're accusing them of. Now, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying that that's not what I know the state of Kansas for. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that they would ever, hold a permit from somebody who's trying to do hip hop. And I'm sure that had nothing to do with the fact that hip hop is a genre mainly, used by African American males. Kansas wouldn't do that because they love us. They're fair and they're balanced, and they always have been, and they always will be. So right now, I want you to apologize to the state of Kansas. Asper, or whatever the fuck.
Whatever the hell it is.
There you go. Aspirin and pears to you too. Okay? State of Kansas, I backed you up now. Can you lower my child support? I backed you up now, Kansas.
Well, Nate, what do you think about this? Getting this whole show together and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, bam.
Well, I think the exact same thing he's thinking, only probably with a few less cuss words.
Because the motherfuckers are listening right now, and I don't need them fucking on my ass anymore.
Well, I mean, what would you expect? I mean, that's just kind of the way government works.
And
you work.
Okay, you too, you're gonna diss our government too, who loves us, who
You say ridiculous shit all the time.
Uncle Sam died for our sins, so that I can say
Sam's not real. He's a poster.
He's white. F. Megyn Kelly. Everyone knows it. You ruined this moment for me.
I hope I ruined that Rolling Rock for you.
You did. It was great, even though it was Illuminati.
Speaking of the Illuminati, get this now.
Man, don't say anything around this guy. That's an Anglo-Saxon word for just the white guy. And we all hate that. Black guys don't get around that. So what do you mean by thank you?
That was pretty much accurate.
Oh, tell us about that music video you made fairly recently. Whoa, Brain Dead, baby.
Yeah, man. My homeboy Infamous, he did the track, and kind of just putting everything on blast. We kind of cut down on the shit because we started doing that music like 4 or 5 years ago. Researching everything, how shit go on. My homeboy that was in the service, he came back from Qatar and told me a lot of shit that was going on. And before then, man, I was never really giving a fuck about what was going on outside the motherfucking world. I was worried about my motherfucking block and taking care of my shit. And he opened up my eyes to the things that was going on. So I started digging deep, looking at back, all the way back to, shit Sumerian fucking times, Egyptian motherfucking days, how everything's just been tied into rule, and it's all been set up as a motherfucking plan. It's just one big ass diagram to fucking put people into a slavery position and to only let, select a few be elite, or even just even let a small percentage, come up and, do something with themselves in the motherfucking world. Because the reason why is because knowledge can be deadly for them, because if we are actually knowing about something, actually being able to apply many things and keep ourselves out of just doing a 9-to-5 fucking job, You know,
Right,
we
right.
wouldn't need their fucking asses.
Is that
Just
hard for
like
me to
right
say?
now, you know,
What?
fuck
Is that
you,
hard
that's
for me
our
to agree
fucking
with you?
energy.
Oh, yeah,
Suck
no.
my
Oh, okay.
fucking dick.
Yeah.
Fucking just
Well,
like
don't
them
agree with that.
motherfuckers putting monopoly
agree
on
with
this motherfucking shit for
Stay away
fucking
from
energy.
this
You know, fucking no.
Yeah.
And we only got one motherfucker. We got Westar Energy.
You got one electric company, you got one cable company, you got.
That's because they want to
It's
sit
called cops.
Yeah, but
and then fucking you in the digital age.
We say more.
you know, but shout out to
Fucking
New Tech
digital
Energy. You know,
age, I
New
like
Tech
that.
Energy. You know, they're trying to make a change in the world. You know, give people
Yep.
green energy and shit. So we ain't gotta fucking use.
Earl, no one wants change.
And,
No,
people don't want
I mean,
change. People just like the
I
way
love-
it's comfortable.
I'm just saying, I drive a Lexus, okay? And it's not the best one.
1984 Lexus.
A 1984 Lexus, right?
Keep it clean though, right?
I keep it clean. They look like, you know what I'm saying, they 17s, but I keep them clean.
Quarter handles almost, man.
And I'm just going to say, I got automatic locks. I got a CD changer. I got all this high-tech shit in it, but I still love the fact that it's ran off of this sludge that we get out the ground. And it's my right to burn fossil fuels, even though there's cleaner energy. That's what I want to do. Now, look, I don't give a fuck about what happens to the generations after me. I want to use all the resources I can now. Okay, you deal with it when you come along. It's your problem.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
if you don't find a way to do it, hey, that's not my fault. You should have been born when I was.
And he's right though. He can use up whatever the fuck he wants. You know, this is America. You know,
Exactly.
damn right.
It is
Don't take away
America,
our
baby.
motherfucking right to fucking be able to fucking want to fucking not use your motherfucking ass to be able to have renewable fucking resources.
I've said it time and time again. It's not America's fault that our oil deposits are under other people's sand. If they would just move their fucking sand, we wouldn't have the problems that we have. We could just get to our oil, because I got a car to fill up because I need to ride around town getting it. I'm riding around and I'm getting it. That costs money to ride around and get it. It costs gas and I need it. And they're in third world countries. Where do they have to go anyway? They don't need as much gas as we do. It's the truth. It costs money to get to Starbucks. You can't, your car doesn't go free.
That's what you think about. Like, you're taking oil from, countries.
You're taking oil from
But then,
countries.
People walk miles for water every day, and you're like, oh, I need my fucking cheeseburger. I'm gonna go get that shit.
So are you discrediting the walk that I have to make from the car to inside the convenience store to get my water? Because I have to walk too, and I have to carry that too. I'm saying, like, quick.
He's just giving praise to the Illuminati God.
That's it. Look, Illuminati. Listen. Illuminati, if you're there, I want in.
It's not
One in.
Yes, I want in. I'm just saying that's the only reason why. That's the only reason why people are mad is because they left out. I want to discriminate against people too. It's kind of fun, like, you know what I mean.
It's kind of fun.
I'm just saying, whatever. You want me to do some hand signs in my video, put up a couple skulls. If I'm gonna sell more records, I'm there.
You sell out. You don't give a shit.
Is it okay if people call you a sellout then?
Fine.
Is Israel not real the sellout?
That's fine, because I'll just have them murdered because I'm in the Illuminati. See?
Just have them murdered.
I'll just make it look like an accident or something. You know what I mean? That's.
Correct. That's right.
I'm just saying, I think these guys are misunderstood. You know what I mean?
You've defended, wait a second, this segment, you've defended the state of Kansas, and now you're defending the Illuminati.
They're not bad guys. I just want in because I'm tired of paying electric bills and shit. And you don't have to pay that shit when you're in
The
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
You know, I've been trying to find these guys. I've written letters and kind of like a list to Santa and shit. Because they control Santa too, so it's kind of
they
like
control
you gotta get to
Santa
the
now.
source. You know what I mean? The source of the shit. Like, dear Illuminati, how are you?
Dear Israel, shut the fuck up.
You won't be getting in.
You won't be getting in.
Yep.
Now-
no joy calls. So you're on my ban list. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna have a label sign you, but I'm gonna make sure you get frisked every time you go through the airport. You're blacklisted already. I got plans.
I got plans.
Jiggy Jaguar experience today, the world tomorrow. Earl, you cool with me though. You gonna get your permit. We gonna Huh?
Now,
Am I opening? I'm right.
Yeah, I got you.
now, Earl,
Even better.
let's talk about this first track we're gonna play. Give me your thoughts on this. Let's talk about Lifted.
This one's here for my reefer cheapers. Shit.
Hey.
This one's for, shit, my other albums, they was, real serious. They was
Yeah.
about, enlightenment and, finding out, what's actually going on and, doing something about it, But so this one's the Nightcap album. Of course, get your nightcaps ready, whatever it may be. You take your dizzles, you take your weed, you drink your thing, whatever your nightcap may be,
Whatever it may be.
Fucking enjoy this motherfucking album. That's what the Lifted is, That's for my
Right.
Go ahead and play that shit high.
We're gonna play Lifted right now, and we'll be back here in a few moments. You've defended the Illuminati.
State of Kansas. I was trying to figure out a way I could defend slavery, but